That's because it's Groundhog Day when Punxsutawney Phil predicts if we're going to have an early spring or a long winter. Now, there's no science whatsoever behind it, but according to the legend, if Phil sees his shadow, we're going to have 6 more weeks of cold weather. If he doesn't see his shadow, spring is going to come early. The long-running tradition first started in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania back in the 1880s. As far as the accuracy of the groundhog forecast, well, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, says that since 2012, Punxsutawney Phil was right only about 40% of the time. Now, look, somebody who's right 100% of the time, our meteorologist Alan Rose. So let's bring him in for a check of the forecast, the real forecast. How's it going, Alan?
Yeah, too kind. Thank you, Tony. You know, I looked at the results from last year. He did see his shadow, therefore predicting 6 more weeks of winter. The odds this year, he doesn't see his shadow, which means an early spring. And I got to say, in Colorado, if we had our own groundhog, and I think maybe there is one in the state.
They do something. I got to look this up in northern Colorado. I got to look that up. It's not a groundhog. It's another animal. I'm going to research that right now, Alan.
Research and let us know. I would predict, though, an early spring based on what we've seen with climatology. And yes, folks, there is some science behind that prediction. Now, today we do have an incoming cold front that'll move in during the late morning hours. It'll be a breezy to gusty day throughout southern Colorado and slightly cooler than what we saw yesterday. We'll continue with the cool down through the midweek period and usher in a slight chance of a shower, a rain or snow shower, depending upon your location Tuesday night. Right now in the Springs, 38 degrees. It's a drop of around 3 degrees since we went on air. Pueblo below freezing, sitting at 29. Now all areas running a little bit warmer than the same time yesterday. Some of the biggest differences, Kit Carson to Eads, these areas about 12 degrees warmer than back on Sunday morning. Most of I-25 running about 5 to 12 degrees warmer than the same time yesterday. Now, even though we're a little more mild this morning because of some of that downslope wind, we're going to be cooler this afternoon as high pressure weakens. This low to our north is going to send a cold front down into southern Colorado. Look at the model here. This is the leading edge of that cold front, and behind it, we're going to get an increase in the north wind, and areas east of I-25 today could see gusts 30 to 40 miles per hour. Now, the strongest wind looks to be in the area between about 9 a.m. and 1 or 2. For I-25, most of our gusts today coming out of the north will be around 15 to 25 miles per hour, with a general weakening of that wind as we head towards sunset tonight. Highs today with that slight dip in temperatures. Still managed to crack 60 in Pueblo with upper 50s in the Springs. Those highs running about 10 to 15 degrees above average. Now today we'll see a lot of cloud cover. Tomorrow morning starts out generally clear. We have another cold front that drops in tomorrow afternoon. Behind that front we get a little bit of an upslope flow right near the Palmer Divide. It is a north wind, and with that north wind not super favorable for snow south of Colorado Springs. So very little moisture to work with on this model. I think areas that have the best chance probably between Castle Rock and the northern suburb of the Springs. Most of what we see tomorrow will taper off as we head towards Wednesday morning. There could also be another burst of that snow with that north wind down towards the Raton Mesa. Here's what it looks like. The breakdown on any sort of accumulation, maybe a 1/10 of an inch to an inch for Monument, Woodland Park. I would say a dusting to a 1/2 inch possible in Colorado Springs. All right, highs today will be in the 50s and 60s. So still that spring fever intact, but we do cool things down in the midweek period. And again, Tuesday night, if you're out late, you might encounter some light snow showers or some flurries. That would wrap up early Wednesday. That'll be your coolest day, back to the upper 50s Thursday to Friday. In Pueblo, we'll see 60s today. Then we spend just a few days in the 50s, back to the 60s Thursday into the weekend. Canyon City, 61 today, 50s follow Tuesday to Wednesday, with mid-60s Thursday through Saturday. For Woodland Park, we've got some flurries and snow showers Tuesday night, early Wednesday morning. That's going to wrap up with temps back to the 50s Thursday into the weekend.